In the Deep South, during one of the darkest chapters in American history, fear wore a hood, and power hid behind burning crosses. But one night, everything changed. What was meant to be a show of terror turned into a night the Ku Klux Klan would never forget. In this video, we're revisiting the night the Klan ran, Director's Cut, a powerful story of courage, resistance, and poetic justice. We'll uncover what really happened that night, the people who stood up against hate, and why this moment still echoes through history today. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, because some stories aren't just about the past, they're lessons for the present. When Black communities said enough, between 1868 and 1871, the Ku Klux Klan's violence reached terrifying levels. They weren't just burning crosses or making threats. They were murdering Black voters, torturing teachers who tried to educate freed slaves, and targeting anyone who dared to take part in democracy. The goal was clear: to crush the newly won rights of Black Americans through fear and bloodshed. But in several counties across South Carolina, North Carolina, and Mississippi, something extraordinary began to happen. Instead of fleeing, Black communities decided to fight back. They started forming local militias, collecting weapons, and training with military precision. This wasn't spontaneous rebellion, it was organized resistance. In Lawrence County, South Carolina, Black militias practiced openly, showing they would no longer be intimidated. In Union County, North Carolina, armed groups began patrolling their neighborhoods at night, ready to defend their families. The Klan, used to attacking defenseless people, now found themselves facing disciplined, coordinated defenders who could shoot back. For the first time, the white supremacist terror organization met real opposition, and it shook their sense of invincibility. The Battle of Lawrence County, October 1870, Lawrence County, South Carolina. The Klan planned a massive raid to intimidate Black voters before the election. They rode in expecting the usual fear and chaos. Instead, they rode into an ambush. Black militiamen had been tipped off. They positioned themselves strategically and opened fire. The Klan scattered. Several Klansmen were killed. Many more were wounded. The survivors ran. Word spread fast. The invincible Klan had been defeated in open combat. This wasn't luck. This was a trained militia using military tactics learned during the Civil War. Many of these men were Union veterans. They knew discipline, they knew strategy, and they proved that organized resistance could win. Union County's silent war. Union County, North Carolina, rarely makes it into history discussions. But in 1869 and 1870, it became a battleground. Black militias didn't just react to Klan violence, they went on the offensive. They conducted nighttime patrols through Klan territory. They raided known Klan meeting spots. They arrested Klan members and turned them over to federal authorities. This was guerrilla warfare, and it worked. Klan activity in Union County dropped dramatically. White supremacists, who thought they owned the night, suddenly couldn't move freely. The psychological impact was massive. The Klan's power came from fear and intimidation. When Black militias proved they wouldn't be intimidated, the entire system started cracking. The Mississippi Resistance Network. Mississippi had some of the worst Klan violence in the South, but it also had some of the most organized Black resistance. In counties like Noxubee and Lowndes, Black militias formed networks. They shared intelligence. They coordinated responses across county lines. When the Klan attacked one area, militias from neighboring counties would mobilize. This wasn't just about fighting back locally. This was about creating a regional defense system. In 1871, Noxubee County militias engaged in multiple firefights with the Klan. They defended Black churches, schools, and homes. They escorted voters to polling places. The Klan tried everything to break them. They failed. Federal reports from the time document dozens of engagements where Black militias either repelled Klan raids or actively hunted Klan members. Why the first Klan collapsed? By 1872, the first KKK was finished. History classes credit the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871 and federal prosecutions. That's partially true. But the real reason? Armed Black resistance made Klan terrorism too costly. When white supremacists realized they might actually die trying to terrorize black families. Recruitment dried up. When they couldn't move freely at night without getting ambushed, their operations fell apart. The Klan relied on cowards who only felt brave attacking defenseless people. Black militias proved they weren't defenseless. The psychological warfare went both ways. Suddenly, Klan members were afraid. Their families were afraid. The cost-benefit analysis of terrorism shifted completely. Combined with federal pressure and military occupation, the Klan couldn't sustain itself. But make no mistake, the armed resistance from black communities was a critical factor that almost never gets discussed in mainstream history. The records, they don't teach. Congressional testimony from the Joint Select Committee to inquire into the condition of affairs in the late insurrectionary states contains hundreds of pages about black militia activity. Witnesses describe pitched battles, strategic coordination, and successful defense operations. County records from South Carolina and North Carolina document arrests made by black militiamen. Military reports from Reconstruction show federal officers working with black militias to combat the Klan. These sources exist. They're publicly available. But they're rarely taught because they complicate the narrative of black victimhood during Reconstruction. The truth is more complex and more empowering. Black communities didn't just survive the Klan. In many places, they defeated it. The weapons and training. Where did these militias get weapons? Many black veterans kept their service rifles after the Civil War. Others purchased weapons from northern suppliers. Some state governments officially armed black militia units. In South Carolina, the state militia included black units that received government-issued weapons and training. These weren't untrained civilians with hunting rifles. Many militia leaders were combat veterans with real military experience. They taught drill formations, small unit tactics, and night operations. They established communication networks using riders and signal systems. This was professional-level military organization. The Klan expected to fight scared civilians. They found themselves fighting an army. The cost of resistance. This victory came at a price. Black militiamen who were captured faced torture and execution. Their families were targeted. Communities that resisted faced economic retaliation and political persecution. When federal troops withdrew from the South in 1877, many of these militia networks were dismantled by force. The second KKK that emerged in the 1920s learned from the first one's mistakes. They operated more carefully and avoided direct military confrontations. But for a few critical years during Reconstruction, black communities proved that organized armed resistance could defeat white supremacist terrorism. That lesson remains relevant today, even if it's been scrubbed from most history books. That night wasn't just a turning point. It was proof that fear loses its power when people choose to stand together. What did the night the Klan ran mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how this story resonates with you today. If this film breakdown moved you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes in truth and justice. Until next time, stay aware, stay brave, and never stop learning from the moments that changed history.